It's the on-beat king of Crete. It's the Cougar Minos X5. So let's see if it leaves you hazed or amazed. Next. Alrighty then, so Cougar Minos X5. This guy in question over here. I would never do that. You guys thought I would never do it. Here it is right here. I'll never do that. This is the absolutely beautifully made Cougar Minos X5 itself. So let us go through build quality and what it looks like first, primarily, and the kind of look and feel. So it is a bit more of a palming kind of mouse setup that they've gone for over here. It does rest really nicely back into the palm and stretch right across. I mean, I don't have the smallest hands, so it's kind of a good guideline to that. You can also claw back on it because the clicks are even accessible right at the back of the mouse, which is kind of cool. The thumb buttons are really nicely done and positioned. I love that there's a little split and that they stick out the way they do, because finding them becomes very easily on your tactile kind of feedback. The RGB is really nicely done on the back as well and can do kind of pretty much anything. It's got a whole bunch of settings, which we'll show you in the software in a little bit. The DPI switch is in the center of the mouse here, and it's got a couple of modes which you can cycle through and customize. There's 4 different DPI settings there, and it will go, once again, up to 12,000 DPI, which is a little bit ridiculous for 4K, as maybe you kind of guys would be able to use that, but on normal 1080p, you're probably going to be between 400 to 1600, which is primarily where I tested it. I did go into high DPI to make sure it wasn't skipping around on the high DPI, so you should be safe on that. But I didn't think with this new Pixel sensor it would do that. And the 2000 Hz polling rate really does make it absolutely silky smooth. Played some CS, some Quake, some Dota, you know, kind of got the full plethora of gaming with the mouse, and it was particularly good when it came to tracking, albeit with some questionable design on the shape. The outside over here is very uncomfortable, to be honest. It kind of hits my finger here. It might be a bit nitpicky, but I wish they kind of had tapered it down a bit more. That's really my only complaint with the entire product. It does come with spare feet for the bottom in your package, and then a rubberized and nicely garroted cable. So it shouldn't really break or anything like that when you are transporting it. But let me show you quickly what I mean about the software customization.
Alrighty then, so the software, what do we have here? We have actually quite a number of pretty cool performance and macro kind of functions and that kind of stuff in the Cougar app. It's called Minos X5. It actually names itself after the mouse. Even the program name, I was looking for Cougar UX and couldn't find it, but they've named it after the mouse. If we look quickly at the performance, there's a couple of cool little features. You can set the sliders here for any of your DPI levels. I've currently got it to set to have independent X and Y axis, so you can just set the slider normally with both, or you can have individual X and Y axes depending on what you prefer, which is quite cool. There's a lot of customization. There's a sniper DPI setting, which I'm not sure what it's even for, but anyway, there's a 2000 Hz polling race. You can turn angle snapping on or off, on for our lazy people who don't like to click on OK buttons. And then finally we have the surface calibration on this page, which has some of their mouse pads, which is pretty cool to see actually that they've put that in. You can also modify the lift height, which is quite interesting. Some of the older mouses had issues with having too much lift off distance, so this is kind of a nice little safety feature, if you will, over here. And the language packs and stuff on the bottom. We've got the key assignment where you can set macros and do all sorts of shortcut setting and program launchers and that kind of stuff, so you can program pretty much any one of the buttons to do anything that you would want it to do. And then lighting control, we have the DPI and the back sensor. Now they are separated independently, so you can see which DPI you are on and which color, based on obviously which color, and as I change, it'll even change on the interface, which is pretty cool. And then at the back we've got the different settings for the little display point on the back of the mouse over here, and that's really all that you can do with the mouse of lighting, and I don't know, quite much more you would want. But anyway, it's there. And then there's 3 different game modes which you can select between, and they have kind of different default settings on them, albeit almost exactly the same. But there's 3 customizable modes, so you could actually basically have like 15 macros on this mouse at any one point based on that. So that's pretty cool. Nice little touch there from Le Cougar.
And there we have the Minos X5 in a nutshell. It is literally one of the best performance gaming mouses I've ever used. The gripes that I have with the shape are very personalized gripes, because for me, this is kind of the most personal interaction that you have with your computer is going to be the mouse. So the personalized shape sort of stuff doesn't detract from how good this is actually as a product, more so it's a personal thing. So if you are a lefty and you're looking for pretty much the best ambidextrous mouse around that actually has esports level equipment in it, then the Minos X5 is an easy choice. Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know what you think about the Minos X5 down in the comments below. Guys, I'll be honest, I'm trying to be all full of pep and laugh here, but every time I look at this product, I get momentarily depressed because they were this close to making the best mouse ever made, and then this edge, and it's killing me. But please like and subscribe so when we do find the best mouse ever made, you'll be there along with us. See you next time.